Okay, so I'm doing something a little different. I figured I'd just share some hopefully brief thoughts on the Indiana Jones 5 trailer. I'm a big fan of Indiana Jones. It was probably the first thing I got really into as a kid. I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark on VHS way before I saw Star Trek or Star Wars or anything that I'm a fan of to this day. And it blew my mind. I loved all three movies. Still do. All three. And yeah, there's obviously a fourth one, but we don't like to talk about that one. The fourth one is a bit of an embarrassment. It's like the Fredo Corleone of the Indiana Jones movies.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart and I want respect.
And the trailer for the new one is maybe giving some people hope that it will at least be better than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't know. Maybe it will be. I think it could also be a lot worse. I'm worried, if I'm being honest. It's called The Dial of Destiny, which already worries me, and it's not exactly the most exciting title. Sounds like he's going to Rite Aid to pick up some hand soap or some shit. And if you've seen the trailer, and I hope you have, it kind of has an emotional version of the Indiana Jones theme song. It kind of pulls at your heartstrings a bit, and that's what scares me. Are they going to kill off Indiana Jones? I mean, Spielberg and George Lucas aren't involved. It's written and directed by James Mangold, who gave us maybe the saddest comic book movie ever made with Logan. It certainly seems possible. James Mangold is great, but let's be real. The franchise is in the hands of a madman right now who is not afraid to deliver a swift kick to the audience's proverbial scrotum, you know. And if they can kill off James Bond in a movie, spoiler alert, belated spoiler alert, which I know defeats its own purpose, sorry. But if they can kill James Bond, they can kill Indiana Jones, no question. So I'm worried. And it looks like they're setting up another passing of the torch situation. They tried it with Mutt Williams, aka Fredo. And now they're obviously going to try it again with this character who, according to the trailer, is Indy's goddaughter. But we don't know much else about her. I'm wondering if maybe she's a relative of Sala, who also appears in the trailer, or maybe she's related to Marcus Brody because she's English. I think that's probably a safe bet. She could be Marcus Brody's daughter. But whoever she is, I don't want to see Indiana Jones get killed off and then watch 45 new movies with a different version of Indiana Jones. I just can't do it. I'm sure she'll be a better character than Mutt Williams. I mean, how could she not be? How could she possibly be worse than that character? But I don't think Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones is replaceable. I just don't. He's not James Bond. He's one of a kind. And I know some people think he's way too old to be doing another Indiana Jones movie. I get that. I mean, he's fucking 80 years old. It's mental. I'm 37, I'm 38, actually. And I feel like shit all the time. So I can't imagine what it's like for Harrison Ford running around doing crazy shit.
It's not the years. It's the mileage.
But in my mind, he can do no wrong. I don't care how old he gets. I'll watch him play Indiana Jones until he's 200, if that's what he wants to do. I love that he's just a grumpy old man who beats up bad guys. And I'd much rather see him keep playing Indiana Jones than see him get killed off in this movie. You know, we already had to put up with that with The Force Awakens and Han Solo, and now I'm worried about it happening with Indiana Jones. If you're an old person in a Disney movie right now, look out, because they seem to think that old people exist only to be killed off. I mean, it's really sad. It's like Logan's Run. Once an iconic character reaches a certain age in modern movies, that's it. They'll kill you off, and we have to see it. There's no happy ending. And Disney is the worst offender of all of them. They're like Dr. Kevorkian for beloved characters. Anyway, That's enough fucking analogies for one sentence, don't you think? And I'm also concerned about the de-aging scenes. I know some people think it looks good, but I always think it looks weird. It's creepy. It's just fucking weird to me. Hopefully it doesn't creep me out too much, but I never like seeing it. And I think a lot of it is going to come down to, a lot of whether or not the movie works is going to come down to Mads Mikkelsen as the villain. I think if we have an interesting villain with this movie, it should be pretty decent. So hopefully he's not wasted like he has been in other Disney movies. But ultimately, I just want to get back to that riding off into the sunset moment from Last Crusade. I mean, that was the perfect ending, was it not? Why can't we just have a happy ending for once? They had to go fuck it up with the Crystal Skull, and here we are. And I'm curious to see if there's any links to the Crystal Skull in Dial of Destiny. Is he married to Marion Ravenwood? Does Mutt Williams exist? I certainly hope not. I don't know. All I can say is that for me personally, the trailer didn't exactly get my hopes up. But I guess we'll see. And let me know what you thought of it. Are you excited? Are you cautiously optimistic? Are you depressed? Let me know. And I guess we'll revisit this after June 30th when the movie comes out. And hopefully I'll just be able to be relieved that they didn't kill off Indiana Jones. Hopefully. Anyway, until next time, take it easy.